Hey guys, back here doing another video. I was trying something a second ago, so I'm already halfway through the cigarette. Show that off. Drinking that today, OG Rockstar. It's not OG. They changed the flavor whenever they changed the logo and stuff back up. It's been 3 or 4 years ago or something now. It's nowhere near as good, but it's what it is. I still think this one here is still really good, even though they keep fucking it up. They're making Rockstar awful. They'll put them in these little cans if you buy the packs, and they changed the flavor there a few years ago. Smoking a good old Rolly today. I'm in my little building and stuff. Just hanging out, getting ready to work on some stuff. Thought I'd make a video. Started making one a minute ago, but it was like I'm glad you can pause these videos and like kind of continue them on this newer phone. But I don't think that there's a way. Yeah, it's not showing that there's like a way where you can get that shit off there. I'm still figuring this out, guys. But where you can like pause it, swap the camera, and then record. I don't know, maybe there is. I just haven't played around with it enough yet, but I haven't had a cigarette in a little bit, so it tastes pretty good. Here's what I'm working on, or getting ready to. Jack for the bigger trailer. What it was, I mean, it's my father-in-law's trailer. I'm just kind of borrowing it for now. Is he pulled it forward. The jack got caught on like a rock. Then it bent this down and kind of pulled these up a little bit. So I'm trying to heat it up and beat it. I'll still try to pause the video here, and then I'm going to try to show you my dank ass setup I got for this shit. So let's see. All right, we're back here. I'm having to hold this like fucking the wrong way. It's crazy. But anyways, good old railroad track that's been kind of half-ass smoothed out for the anvil. Do have good old post vise sitting here, but I was a dumbass and put it underneath my shelf almost, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right, so I've got to sit back up here, just kind of playing around with some settings and stuff. Yeah, I just moved it down here real quick, to be honest with you guys, because I had it up in the barn at a pretty good little spot. But you know, I talked about in that one video, I'm having to move a lot of wood and materials and stuff in there. For now, so putting it down here. I keep like everything in here. I mean, it's like, you can tell everything's junked up. Dog food bags full of like kindling and stuff. Big ass rat trap. Gotta get a cat around here sometime, but I do hopefully soon. I'm gonna try to smooth these down. I've got a couple of old axe heads. I don't know how well this one's gonna hold up. It's pretty rough. Like I said, I had the little forge and stuff up there in the barn. I mean, it's still up there. I've got so much shit in here, and it's kind of tight space, you know, so I don't want to fire it up here. Where I had it in the barn, I was able to like open up the barn door, and it was kind of right there where the door was at, so I had a good amount of air kind of coming in. It was fun to do on rainy days and shit, which is like what today is. I need a better like setup and stuff. I need some something better. I mean, if I wanted to spend the money, I'd go get some of them little like cutting torches and stuff. They're really good about setting up fucking or heating stuff up, you know. But for now, I just kind of run with the the MAP gas. I got some propane and shit over there too, but let's just sit this down here for now. But yeah, just gonna try to, I've got nails and everything's just like hung on the walls and shit. I'm starting to feel the need to want to put handles and shit again and kind of fix them up. Got this here, it was just like one of them hatchets like for shingling and stuff. It's got the hammer on the back and whatnot. Put the handle in this one. I did this here whenever I was up there at the construction job, because I had a really nice vise up there, and they also had the cutting torches and stuff, and then they had like all the tools you'd ever fucking want. I've got some yeah, I mean, and it was all like right there and stuff, right? So every now and again I'd be put on chainsaw sharpening duty, which I was always very happy. See how I have this hanging, there we go. Which I was always happy to do, because I just got to hang around the shop all day, and then I'd have some time to kind of fuck around, do stuff like that. Which I enjoy the chainsaw sharpening and stuff like that every now and again, but kills your hands. You're always getting cut up and stuff like that. Get all them good old shavings in your skin. But yeah, it is what it is. So I guess what I want to talk about in this video really is just a topic that kind of came to my mind last night. Excuse me. It's something like, we have it in our heads that we need to move away from our parents and stuff, which if you're kind of like me, you kind of need to get the fuck out a little bit, like, and that's kind of where I did. So like I say, I've been moved out since I was 21, which between high school and 21 I was just kind of mowing yards, and I was working on a farm there for a little bit and shit, and going to college and stuff as well. So I mean, I was doing some stuff, but I kind of lingered around, I'd say a little bit too long. I do have a relationship with my parents and stuff today, but see them like for an hour or two at a time, every other week or something, every week, whatever, something like that. Got some more, a whole new bottle of oil there. What's that? Is this one empty? Okay, I got a little bit empty. I just had 2 quarts of this 30 weight oil. I try to keep all my oils and shit down here, but hell, I guess it's fucking much of it. But anyways, the point is though, is sometimes people really need to get the fuck out, kind of, and because a lot of times with like parents and stuff like that, they can be a little rough and shit too, you know, wanting you to hurry up and get the fuck out. So sometimes you kind of got to do what you got to do. In regards to that, I've got to fix this shelf. I got to get god damn, it's slinking down. It's kind of like that. This is my original shelf we put in here. I built some new ones here. I got one up here and then 2 that kind of go like at a 90-degree angle. Pretty nice having them here in the corner. Of course, I moved my generator so I could get over here to my vise and anvil, but I don't know, part of me, I've been looking for a good anvil for a long time at a reasonable price, which cannot find. But you gotta do what you gotta do, some railroad track, you know. Anyways, it's kind of the same thing with my wife, you know. Her relationship with her family and stuff is a lot better whenever you see them occasionally, you know what I'm saying? But if your parents are like super chill, I think one of the best things is like if your parents own like a little farm or something, then you can kind of, hell, in your teen years or something like that, slowly start like building a little house or something here and there, you know, and That way you're good to go and stuff, you know. And if your parents are chill, you don't mind hanging around, stuff like that. You know, that's always kind of pretty good way to go, I think, you know, if you can. Oh, here's this tire pressure checker. I'm kind of just looking around at everything. I've got a bunch of shit everywhere. Where did I put that other? I got so many damn doorknobs and shit like that and stuff too. But anyways, point is though, is if your parents are chill, there's no shame in staying around, especially if they've got some property where you can put your own place and stuff there. And I think with today and the kind of the economy and stuff like that, it kind of benefits you. So, and I think that a lot of parents, because they were like, yeah, we got to get the fuck out. My parents were boomers and stuff like that, so they were like, everything's cheap as fuck back then. You know what I'm saying? Where they could get their own place and stuff. Nowadays, it's not like super viable for people, but yeah, if you've got like a good relationship with your parents, especially if they got some property and put you something on, that's the way to go, guys. And then, especially, you know, get married, have kids and stuff like that. You know, if they're cool enough, which we can or anything, but if they're cool enough where they can kind of help take care of the kids and stuff like that, then it's always really beneficial. I think there's like a stigma for people who don't leave home and stuff like that, and I don't think there should be, and I think a lot of people are kind of getting away from that a little bit. But you know, it is what it is. Because what it was is I was watching some videos and stuff last night. It kind of got me thinking about this one guy and stuff. It's probably like in his late teens or something, and he's talking about wanting to build like a little house on his family's farm and stuff like that. And his family seems like really cool with him and stuff. And I was like, hell yeah. You know, that's one of the things, like I always want to, with my daughter and stuff, I mean, whenever she gets a little bit older and stuff like that, and you know, I've got everything wrapped up that I'm going to be getting started on, which I will have everything. I'm one of those people that always moves on to the next project, but that's going to be one of the projects that get moved on to, you know, at some point. And anytime that she's like, I mean, she's 3 now, you know what I'm saying, but like 10-15 years or whatever, whenever she's ready to start getting a house set up and stuff, you know, I always want to make sure that, you know, we'll help her, you know, help finance it and everything like that. And by finance, I mean like build it ourselves. Most of it we can. I mean, building the structure of a house really ain't that bad, as long as you're not doing something that looks all kind of weird and crazy, you know. But just building a big ass box, I mean, fuck, it's kind of easy in a sense, you know. I mean, it's definitely hard work and it's time consuming and stuff, but that's what I'm saying is in today's economy, and I've said it, I think, on another video. I looked at a house a few years ago. I mean, it's after we already bought this one, but I was thinking about it. Well, one, get it set up, rent it, and then the other reasons, because like sister-in-law was kind of looking at some houses and stuff. It was like $30,000. It's like a single-story house. I mean, it had a few rooms and stuff. I mean, it's okay. It needs some work and shit done to it, but I told my wife stuff like that. If like we were needing a house at that time, I would have got that motherfucker because it was cheap. It came with 14 fucking acres too. It was like $30,000. It's crazy. Most of it was hillside, you know what I'm saying? But you do farm tax write-off for that amount of acres, you know what I'm saying? That helps. But what I would have done, because electric water was already there, I pulled up a fucking camper with my truck or something, you know, and lived in that for a year or two while working on the house. Especially at that time, it was just me and my wife. And you know, whenever you got a baby involved, you know, you kind of got to do some other shit a little bit. But lived in that for a little while because you could hook your electric and water from the house to there, and you know, just kind of slowly remodel the house and fix it up and stuff, you know. A lot of times people want something that's kind of move-in ready, But if you don't have like a kid involved or anything, you've got some extra time, you know, maybe if you're just working one job or something like that at the time, you can do something like that, you know. There's probably, I don't want to be quoted on this or anything because everything's a little bit weird right now, but typically every 10 years, there's like a housing market crash and then it goes back up. Most of your like normies and stuff though, they start selling whenever the market's down, it seems like anyways. Because you know, there's like 2008 thing, then there's like 2020 thing and stuff like that. So I mean, it's roughly every 10 years. So I'd say in about the next 5 years, give or take, you know, there'll be something else. So if you can hold off till then, probably be good if you had to. But I mean, if in all actuality, like, you know, it wouldn't really matter so much. Materials are down a little bit. I bought some 2x4s the other day. They're about $4 a piece. It's not crazy. I mean, it's not good either, but you know what I'm saying. They had some that were cheaper, but they were out and it was like $3, $3.19 actually. If you don't have any materials, but like I've said before, fuck, go tear a barn down for somebody and get some good wood, you know, some real shit. I mean, it'd be a pain in the fucking ass, but if you've got a way to do it, go cut down some of your own trees and take it to sawmill, or hell, buy one of them little mini portable sawmills. I mean, you'll be working on this shit for years, but if you're like a teenager or something like that, by the time you're in your 20s or something like that, you work at that steady here and there, fuck, you can have anything built that you want to. You should be out money for nails and screws and shit like that. But yeah, so I guess the main point of this video is just don't feel bad about staying with your parents and stuff. Sometimes you got to get the fuck out. We kind of had to get the fuck out. Overstayed our welcome a little bit. But if you've got a good relationship with your parents, or if they got some property and stuff, fuck, dude, just do that now, man. I mean, it's a lot better. I mean, hell, if they're cool with you just staying in their fucking house, and that's cool too. Basically, everybody I know is still living with somebody, you know, for the most part. I know a couple that's renting, but I know one that owns his house, but he lives like, it's him, then his mom, then his sister, then his grandma, you know what I'm saying? They're all like in an L shape, like within 1 minute walking distance of each other, they're all on the same road, you know, which it was the family farm at one point. It just got deeded off and stuff like that, and you had to go and get it at one of them courthouse auctions and stuff. So don't know if that counts, whatever. I'd say it does, but then again, does it matter if it counts or not? Not really. But yeah, guys, so just want to talk about that a little bit, and don't ever worry about that. There's like such boomer mentality and stuff like that where you feel like you have to just move the fuck away. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, if you got a good relationship with your parents, stay there, guys. Shit. But anyways, if you watch this to the end, hope you have a good one, and I'll try to get some of this work and shit done. So we'll see what we come up with.